Hi Aries, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your November 2022 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic cross spread as always, and I also pulled the 4 agreements, wisdom, and oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have Uranus, and Uranus is in your second house, which is Taurus. And it's going to be involved with the eclipse season as well that we'll be experiencing in November. And second house for you guys is related to your finances, possession, self-worth, so there could be a focus there. 5, so fifth house energy for you guys is Leo. Nothing really going on there astrologically speaking, but fifth house in general points to romance, creativity, children. And speaking of which, we also have the Leo. Nice. So yeah, definitely looks like there could be a focus around finances for a lot of you, which I do see a lot of pentacle energy, and then also fifth house matters, which is Leo. I see a Leo card there too. All right, so we'll keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Page of Swords, and challenging that, we have the 10 of Cups. So this could be saying that there could be a little bit of hesitancy on your part to communicate around something, possibly because you might feel like people might feel like it's not grounded in reality, right? So you might have this idea of this win-win scenario around a certain situation, but you could have a feeling that if you come forward and say this to people, they might feel like, oh yeah, it's not very practical, it's not very realistic, right? So some of this could just be due to having Jupiter moving through Pisces, which is your 12th house, through the month of November. So maybe you're just getting all these ideas coming through in your mind, but there could be a little bit of hesitancy around communicating them this month. All right. In the foundation position, we have the 8 of Pentacles reversed. So this is Virgo energy here, and to see this come up in reverse could just be saying that for a lot of you, maybe you haven't been really able to put a lot of energy toward your work lately, right? So maybe you've quite literally just been daydreaming a lot, right? So you're supposed to be accomplishing something within the workplace, let's say, but you keep finding yourself daydreaming, thinking about other things during that time. So maybe you've had a little bit of focus when it comes to that lately. Speaking of which, we have a very similar message in the past position with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, so also Virgo energy here too. So yeah, I don't know, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting, is that you guys have just been caught up in your heads a little bit and maybe feeling like there's a better way to go about doing things like your workplace, for example. Like I said, maybe you have some kind of an idea of how work could be more efficient, but you might feel like if you come forward and express that to people, there might be resistance there. All right, in the present position, we have the Knight of Swords. So to me, this actually says that for a lot of you, you actually will be ready to take action on this, and maybe the fact that we had that full moon in Aries recently, maybe that helped clear the air for you to where like, okay, now I'm ready to move forward and take action on it, right? But it looks like there is a movement on your part, coming forward and communicating what you do want to happen, and maybe the way you do come forward with the communication might be perceived as a little bit more combative than you might intend it to be too, and that could be because you guys have Mars in Gemini, which is your third house communication, and it's going to be retrograde in November. So it could just be one of those things where in the way you hear it in your mind might not be as aggressive as it seems to others. So just be on the lookout for that. All right. In the near future position, we have the 7 of Wands, so Leo energy there, and the World. So to me, to see these two cards says that whatever the situation's around, it looks like you were meant to actually come forward and express yourself around it. And of course, it looks like this is saying that there would be some resistance there around whatever this thing is that you're communicating, whatever idea it is that you're bringing out there. But at the same time, it looks like it was actually something that you were meant to express, and you're going to actually see a successful achievement from doing so. Even if it doesn't feel like it initially, right? With the pushback that you seem to get from it. All right, in the position of your influence on the situation, we have the 4 of Cups. So yeah, another energy here that says that, you know, it seems like you might have just been a bit disappointed with the way things have been going on in a certain situation. So for some of you, it could be work for sure. Maybe for others of you, it's just your home lives, your relationships. But it looks like there was a disappointment with the way things are being done. and a desire to try something different, right? So that's primarily what I see there. Just feeling like there could be a better way to do something and figuring out what that way would be. All right, in the environment position, we have the Hermit. So yeah, so for a lot of you, this could be the energy you've been in lately, right? Or like I said, you could have just been more caught up in your head lately. Rather than getting caught up in the mundane work of something, I feel like you've really just been trying to figure out, okay, is there a better way to do this, right? Is there something else that we could be doing? So I feel like this is primarily for the majority of you, this is your energy. For others of you, could be others observing you and trying to figure out, why it seems like you're not really yourself lately, but that's what I see with that. All right. The hopes or fears position, we have the Two of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, and the King of Pentacles, Taurus energy. So yeah, I'm going to assume the Two of Pentacles in this context would be a fear, right? And you might fear that if you were to come forward and express yourself, like I said, I feel like whatever this idea is, you already kind of have this feeling in your gut that, okay, if I come forward and say this, it's probably not going to be met all that positively, right? So there could be a fear around rocking the boat in that regard, but it looks like there is a desire for that change and to see stability and growth as well. All right, in the outcome position, we have the Tower. So yeah, this is another indicator. Like I said, it does look like you will come forward and communicate what you do need to say. The only thing I would say is just be mindful of, like I was saying, with that, seeing that Gemini energy there and knowing that Mars, which is your rulers, in your third house communication and retrograde in November. Just really, think it over as far as the message could be 100% valid, but just make sure it's delivered in the right way. Otherwise it could cause a bit of miscommunication. But yeah, definitely overall, I feel like this is one of those things where, especially seeing the World card there and then also seeing the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, it seems like this is something that needs to happen for whatever reason. But if you could just mitigate the difficulties around this event, then that'd probably be ideal. All right, so moving on to your Oracle cards. First, we have from the Four Agreements deck, we have Don't Take Anything Personally, and it says everyone lives in their own dream. Okay, let's see what it says. All right, it says all people live in their own dream and their own mind. They are in a completely different world from the one we live in. So definitely interesting to see that message come up because, like I said, for some of you, I feel like this is you guys who've been really stuck in your head lately, right? And envisioning a different approach, a different way to do things, right? So if nothing else, this could just be saying, well, if you're feeling some hesitancy around expressing that, just keep in mind that everyone else has their own thing going on like that too, right? Whether they outwardly express it or not. So it's like, why not put the idea out there? That's kind of how I'm interpreting that message in this context anyway. All right. Next we have from the Wisdom Oracle, Here and Now. There's the artwork and the number is 32. So, interestingly enough, I think this message is going to caution against staying in like too much of a daydreaming type state, but we'll see what it says. Okay, it says being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. The Oracle's message, everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive, supportive message there. And then the relationship message says it's easy to yearn for a love affair or friendship you may not have right now. One that is more romantic, more fun, more reliable, more passionate. The good old days are gone and a new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now, whether you have the relationship you desire or not. Tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return. The now is all that is available to you. Stay present and aware that in this moment, as you cherish and approve of your beautiful self, you are a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? Turn to Spirit to feel the joy of love in the here and now. So yeah, definitely a pretty positive message there too. I really didn't see this as much of a romantic read, but hopefully that resonated for those of you who are looking for guidance there. The prosperity message says what you are working on is golden, and your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. Focus not only on meeting a goal in the far off future, but on creating your dream now, realizing your desire for an outcome, and owning that it already exists. It will appear in the material world as if by magic. Claim your prosperity now. The essence is more important than the form. When you are immersed in prosperous thoughts, you automatically tune into a sense of timelessness and unlimited potential. You can act as if, in spite of the temporary outer conditions, you are prosperous at this moment. What you think now becomes your reality. Stay present. So, definitely a pretty positive message there, right? Because it could just be saying in that regard, don't let this daydream of yours die, right? Like, if there really is this vision that you have to really believe that it could come out there. So, hopefully that resonated. And lastly, we have the Mudra for you guys. So this is the Mudra here. It's the Kashyapa Mudra. The keyword for it is preservation. All right. And there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says grounding and centering, balances masculine and feminine qualities, protects against negative energies and unfriendly or confused spirits, sometimes called orphan spirits. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, I'll put the name in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.